What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome to Because Reasons, the show where I play what I feel like when I feel like, and today a proper video on Nex Machina, the new game from Housemarque. As always, full disclosure, this copy of the game provided by the publisher. Now, I did do a live stream on this game, and I've had another couple hours to play it and see what it's all about. This is basically an arcade game. So treat this game as a high-score arcade game. So before I get into arcade mode, I will show you what else is in here. You have Arena, which are individual challenges for individual stages, and you can unlock more of those as you earn currency by playing those stages. And they will have different varieties and variations. So say you have only 4 minutes, or you have faster enemies, and you have a human combo bonus. Your score only increases during a human combo bonus. You have the option to play single world. There are actually 6 worlds. If you play at higher difficulties, there are 6 worlds. I've only beaten the game so far on Rookie, because guess what? It's a hard game. It has local co-op. I wouldn't recommend it. It's kind of not what you really want, but it's in there. The feats are essentially in addition to your achievements. This is on PC and PS4. So, a number of different feats here to accomplish, and I've only saved 510 humans thus far in my 3 hours playing the game. Now, you do have some options here to customize your character. Here I am. I have played for 2 hours and 40 minutes, according to this counter, and I've died 88 times. So, changing your stuff here requires you to spend currency that you unlock in that other menu, other mode. And these things here seem pretty useful when it comes to being able to see your character, because that's, I think, my biggest complaint so far in the game is that being able to see your character is essential. So, spend enough time playing, and you can unlock this stuff, and I haven't gotten that far just yet. But, let's hop into an arena here just to kind of give you a feel for what this is and how it plays. I'm going to go to Stage 2 here, because I have not beaten, or no, I've gotten a high enough score, I have not beaten Stage 2 in this particular mode. This is a dual joystick shooter in the vein of a Robotron, in the vein of a, what else? Games of that era, and it was Housemarque collaborating with Eugene Jarvis, who is definitely known for things like Robotron, and I just died. So, when you die, stage resets. Your goal here is to obviously not die. It is to save the humans, and it is to kill all of the enemies in any given stage. Now you see, when I get a human there, there's a human combo meter. So it is not in your best interest to pick up every human as soon as you see a human, because you want to keep that human combo meter going as long as you possibly can. And there are a lot of visual indications on how things are going as you partake in the game, as you play further. There are definitely a lot of very smart visual indications on how the game is going. But yes, it is essentially in the style of, say, a Smash TV or in a Robotron 2084, and you are beating enemies, you are just shooting things. It is made of voxels. There are voxels everywhere. I am having a hard time, clearly, talking about this game and playing it at the same time. It is definitely a game that requires a definite intense amount of concentration, which I'm not going to have while I'm trying to explain the different systems in the game. So I might just hop back to the first stage here, because doing it this way, I wanted to show off more than the first stage, because obviously the first stage you're going to get real tired of real quickly, because you're going to be playing it a lot. But you want to shoot these things to kind of ice over, that. You have a dash move. The dash does have some iframes. There are a lot of hidden things in these stages. There are a lot of things just like, if you see a part of the stage that looks like you could shoot it, probably shoot it, because it's going to end up being something that you might want to deal with. So there you can see I earned 2 credits there, and I have failed to improve my previous score in this challenge. So that being said, I'm going to head back into the arcade mode and back into Rookie, but I will show you there is Rookie, there is Experience, which gives you 99 continues. Now, I beat Rookie with 1 continue, so you can, obviously, the goal is to be able to get good enough to memorize these stages and 1 credit them to get the highest score possible. Experience has more enemies than humans, and they move faster. Veteran, only 10 continues. More enemies, more humans, and enemies move noticeably faster. Master, you get 5 continues, and you only get that by beating Veteran. And there's 1 past Master, and it's called Hero. But Master, the enemies fire revenge bullets, so when they die, they'll shoot out bullets, even more things to avoid, as if there aren't already enough things to avoid. I'm going to take it nice and easy here on Rookie, not going to go too hardcore on this, and kind of show you what the general flow of the game is here. There's a secret human there, and I'm trapped in the corner for some reason. For a higher score, you want to dash right at the end when that circle is closing in on you at the end of the stage. But also, kind of don't kill the enemies as soon as they're there, because there's always things to find here and shoot at. And once you kind of know where they are, once you have found all of these secret exits and whatnot, then you can kill that last enemy. I missed a thing there. And move on with your day, move on with your life, etc., etc. But there are definitely things to find as you try to avoid getting your face smashed in. And there are secondary weapons and items and, you know, upgrades as you expect in this kind of a game. And you should always be on the lookout for, you know, anything cool that might be a thing to collect, because I assure you they are kind of everywhere. So, that being said, this is a game where if you actually want to enjoy it, you're going to be playing these stages over and over and over. And again, it's a high score game. That's the point. If that kind of thing does not entice you, if high score games where you're more or less memorizing what the enemy patterns and layouts here are, while maximizing your human combo, while maximizing your, you know, score, adventures, and whatnot, then this might not be the game for you. But I usually appreciate games that are going for that old school arcade style gameplay. I don't always have the time to devote to getting good at them, but your average playthrough here should take you about half an hour to 45 minutes. There's a secret exit right here. So you get that secret exit. So once this stage is done now, I will go through that secret exit and not through the main. Well, if I actually get it, because I died on a freaking laser. P.S. There are a lot of freaking lasers in this game. Now, you do get the option, once you die, to pick up one of the power-ups that you dropped, but not all of them. So it's not the worst thing in the world to die, but it's still, there is, you know, a bit of a penalty when you do, and getting past things like lasers are very problematic, because lasers, more than anything else, have killed me. So there's a whole separate subsection here of things to do when you find a secret exit. It's not just one stage when you get a secret exit. It's like multiple, which is cool. And I found that to be rather interesting. But yeah, being able to save the humans and definitely maximize your score. You obviously there is a dash meter. You cannot dash infinitely. So acquiring the triple dash is one of the first things you really want to focus on and not lose, because it comes in so handy. But yeah, essentially you want to shoot these guys and then wait until you're almost done with your human combo, and they'll start to blink. Like, the humans will start to blink when you're almost at the end of your human combo. So that is a good way to know when that's going to... See, they're blinking now. Got them. And I extended it. So, you want the highest score possible. So, whatever you have to do in pursuit of the highest score possible, you do that. And that's kind of, the arcade game, lost the human. The arcade game mentality, as such. There's lasers. The laser I kind of like, but it makes you walk so slow that it's hard to justify it being super useful. But there are only certain enemies that will kill the humans. You can see there, these big guys, will be the ones that actually grasp them and take them out. So anybody else, they just kind of wander around and it's not that big of a deal. So I want the extra life. I want that extra life. It's very important to me. So yes, the thing is, when you need to use a continuum, right now I have 5 lives, but when you need to use that continue, your score goes back down to 0. So it is in your best interest to be able to one credit, as they say, these things. It does definitely take that high score, expert arcade game mentality into account, lost the shield, when you're, going for the best score possible. So losing humans, not the end of the world. You can still get a high score. It is, if your choice between what you're doing is to save a human or to die, then you definitely don't, or no. If your choice is between living or saving a human, then live. Because your high score being recorded on the leaderboards is 100% dependent on you not using a continue. The longer you can play out of continue, the better off you're going to be. And it's not going to record that high score in arcade mode until you actually finish arcade mode. So, things to keep in mind as you're playing through Nex Machina, which I think is really well made. Like, really, really well made. I've found it to be, like, even though I've played through this stage a number of times, like, you're always getting better. Like, that's one thing I found is you're always improving your strategies and, your moment-to-moment gameplay. Even if the enemies spawn the same way every single time, there's always room for improvement. There's always a higher score that can be had. And whether or not you find that style of gameplay appealing, is 100% up to you. I think it's pretty good, but, I'm from that era where I played a lot of arcade games in my childhood, when arcades still existed, and were a big thing. I played a lot of them. I never got any good at them, but, I certainly spent my fair share of quarters in the arcades here in New Jersey and elsewhere when they still had arcades. So, I don't know. I find this game pretty cool. I'm going to play after the first boss here, so you can kind of see what a boss of the stage looks like. I'm doing a terrible job here keeping up my human combo, but I'm also talking at the same time, so that kind of ends up hindering my ability here just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yes, graphically it can get very confusing and very intense as far as just what in the blue hell is going on. Because there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. Crap. Missed the human. There's a lot of visual stylings. This kind of looks like Contra. To keep track of just a lot of just information. And it can be, if you're not used to this kind of game, or this kind of experience, it's a bit of an overload. And like, I understand that. But if you like the old school high score arcade stuff, then you will probably get a lot of play out of Nex Machina. So once again, kudos to Housemarque. They make pretty good games that I liked Outland. I liked Dead Nation. I didn't play Alienation. The PS4 launch game, Resogun, can't talk today, was one of the first. That was like the first PS Plus game, and it should. If you have PS4, it should still be in your library because it's pretty good, even if I'm straight up terrible at it. But yes, they definitely have a love for the arcade mentality, and I can always appreciate that, having grown up on that kind of game when they were still, the hot thing. When arcade games still looked like, better than console games. I am definitely part of that. And then it explodes, and then you wait, and dash. You want that dash every single time, you get extra points for that. So you can see here, I saved that many humans, not all of them. I found 3 secret humans. There are secret exits, beacons, disruptors, visitors. There are things to look out for in Nex Machina, but yes, each stage, 8 to 10 minutes, depending on how good you are at it. And there's your score, 5.8 million. But that won't get recorded until you finish the arcade mode, which I'm not going to do in this video, but I'm just kind of giving you the idea of what it is. So, that being said, we're going to exit here. Sorry about that. Going to exit, and I kind of just showed what else was in this game. There are, a handful of modes and a handful of things, but obviously the arcade mode is the big thing. And then certainly going to rankings, and then there is your leaderboards. I am 3,837 from that one run where I had to use one continue, and that was 33 million. Now, they have replays, right? So like I said, here we go. If you're on PS4, I can't watch the PS4 replay, right? It's 35 minutes for this guy who is in here, right? But you can watch the PC replay, which is 39 minutes, and I can literally go in here, load up his entire play, and then see how and where all of the secrets are, the exits, the best strategies. Like, if you want to learn how to truly play this game, watching the replays is going to be integral to improving your overall scores, because they'll give you a lot of, advice as to how you should do things, hopefully. But again, there's always room for improvement. See, I didn't know it was there. I had no idea that was even over there. Like, holy crap. That's pretty cool. I didn't even get that early in the game. Now I know. That can improve my runs moving forward. Anyway, exit replay. But you can see here, there are the rookie, experienced, veteran, master, and hero. That only has 2 people actually completed the hero. And that first place guy has a score of 1 billion. 1 billion in 68 minutes to beat that. That's insane. Now here you would think I could watch this, but I tried, and it seems glitched out, because as soon as it goes into it, it just immediately says, hey, you lost. And I'm like, that's not how... See? That's broken. So, again, the game just came out, so I'm sure this stuff will get fixed at some point, but that is Nex Machina. This is Because Reasons. I am attackslug. I thank you for watching. There are more videos every day, and I'll see you next time, right here on this channel, and I'm out.